Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Plates, Pints, and Plaid. And I'm sorry I forgot the plaid tonight, but we have fire, so that I'm more makes up for it. Tonight is a special episode. How special is it? Um, well, we're going to answer two, probably of the most common questions I get. Well, the first being, do you have a favorite beer? And the second one, do you have a favorite license plate? And the answer to both of those questions is yes. So, we'll start with the beer. Kind of buried the lead, wearing a Guinness t-shirt, but the Guinness that I prefer is not the usual Guinness. It's not this, which you would expect, although this is very good. This is not my favorite beer. And it's also not the best beer I've ever had. That beer is a maple bacon stout that was brewed by, of all places, Shipyard Brewing, which is based right here in Portland, Maine. But I had it at Walt Disney World um, 5 years ago. It was part of a special thing that they had at the World Showcase, and that's the only time I had it. Never seen it before or since. But the beer that I most enjoy on a regular basis is this. This here is Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. And you can be forgiven if you are not familiar with this because it's not easy to find, at least not in my neck of the woods. I actually can't buy this locally. I have to travel an hour in either direction, north or south, to find this. And I'm glad to do it because this is my favorite beer. Um, so this quick story behind this, Foreign Extra Stout, the reason it's called that is because back in 1801, Guinness started brewing a variety of beer for um, Irish immigrants that were working in the Caribbean. And so they made this. And the reason this is different than regular Guinness is it's got higher alcohol. This is 7.5%, whereas the draft I showed you a minute ago, that's only 4.2%. So what they did was they brewed this actually with more hops and the higher alcohol content. Those two things helped it survive the long journey by boat at the time to get to the Caribbean. They also started sending it to Africa and Asia. And on that note, believe it or not, Nigeria is actually the second largest consumer of Guinness in the world after the United Kingdom. Ireland's actually third. Go figure. U.S. is fourth, and Cameroon is fifth. Um, about 40% of the world's Guinness volume is brewed and consumed in Africa. And furthermore, this right here, this foreign extra stout, which is hard to find in the United States in a lot of places, actually accounts for almost half of Guinness's worldwide production. So, well, fire's going out. It's all right. Made its point. Anyway, so got the Guinness glass again, the harp. You know, you know how this works. So this episode's a little good foam. This episode's a little different. I always say, either I've never had this before or I have had this, but not in a long time. This I'm very familiar with. And so no surprise here. This is just really good. Well, we're going to let the foam die down for a second. Um, since we know the story on that, I'll just get right to the plate. Um, so in 1993, I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, going to school, working. I was infatuated with a cute girl that lived up here in Maine, where I had previously lived. So I had gotten myself a new to me car, and I remember in traffic one day in Charlotte, I saw a vanity personalized license plate on a car, and because North Carolina allows 8 characters on a vanity plate, I remember the plate said O2B in Maui, and I thought, well, I kind of like that idea. I can work with that. So this is what I got. And I should point out I don't really collect vanity license plates as a thing. That's just not one of the things I'm generally interested in. So it's kind of funny that a vanity plate is actually my favorite plate. Um, but it's the personal connection for me, and the piece de resistance of this plate is that it expired in January of '94, which happened to be when I moved back up to Maine. So it's kind of a neat thing. This plate right here has a place of honor in our family room. We have these beams in there, and I don't display a lot of license plates in the house, but in the family room on the one beam, I've got 16 plates, I guess. And this one, I rotate them every year, um, as any good plate nerd will do. And but this one has occupies a place of honor, and it's always on display in the same spot every year. This does not get rotated. So anyway, favorite plate for sentimental reasons. Um, and then the beer. Jeez. All right. Well, Slancha appropriately. Mm. Oh, it's good. And the reason, so it's weird because I didn't used to like IPAs, um, but this has more hops than regular Guinness, so it's got a little bit more bitterness to it. It's also got a little more of a kind of a creamy, I guess, mouthfeel. Regular Guinness is thinner, and it's not bad. It's just not. It's just got a little more body to it for me. Um, you know, it's just personal preference, but you got to work to find this stuff. Mm. Yeah. So I already told you about Nigeria, Cameroon. Another place where this is popular is in Jamaica, and I had the opportunity to go there a few years ago on a vacation, and was able to find some in the airport as we were getting ready to fly home. And their bottle actually looks like this, so it's a little different. This is what the U.S. bottle looks like. I think this is the Jamaica and probably the rest of the world bottle. I don't know why the U.S. gets a different one. Um, and the U.S. bottle actually gets its own special bottle cap too. It's kind of neat. Yeah. Um, but yeah, Jamaica. And the interesting thing about Jamaica is that this is a 6.5% versus the 7.5 that we get here in the States. And the thing I forgot I had this other bottle behind the laptop I'm using to film. So when Guinness started making the foreign extra stout back in 1801 to distribute to the Caribbean for the Irish laborers there, they didn't call it foreign extra stout then. They called it West Indies Porter, and the label looked like this. They actually put this out a few years ago, and I got it as part of a kind of variety pack. Um, this won't surprise you to find out that I have a Guinness bottle collection. So when I saw this and there were three others in the pack that I'd never seen before, I grabbed it. Um, I only collect the bottles of Guinness varieties that I'm able to drink myself. So purist that way. So that's it. Um, Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Drink responsibly. Be nice to each other. And for the love of Pete, please, when you're getting on the interstate on the on ramp, that on ramp is for speeding up. I mean, I know you all know that, but maybe there might be one or two of you that you wait until the end of the ramp to start to speed up. Don't do that, please. It really angers the rest of us. Anyway, till next time, see ya.